The girl Drayalove here, checking in during these wild and crazy times. I want to talk to you guys about just some of the things that are coming up for me during this time. Managing them, seeing them, observing them, seeing how they behave in my life and what they're trying to say to me. I've had many things come up for me during this quiet time. I've just been doing a lot of self-reflection, a lot of internal work, healing those things that I thought were probably healed, but somehow seem to bubble up in some situation, circumstance, or person. So I've been letting the lessons speak to me. I've been allowing the lessons to show me what I've been ignoring for a long time. So as these things come up in my life and I ponder the questions, Andrea, why are these things coming up for you? Is it just happenstance? Is it circumstance? Is it not by chance? Is it because I need the lesson and my soul is requiring these things at this time? So as I watch these things come up for me, I've been talking to people about these, been holding women's groups every other Friday and men and women's groups every other Saturday. We've been discussing a lot of the things that have been coming up for me, that have been on my heart, or that I've been seeing behave in a lot of people's lives, a lot of my clients' lives. Been talking about things that seem to be heavy on people's hearts. Things like emotional pain, dealing with things, how to manage your emotions. Talking about triggers in the last couple of weeks. Those are really, really heavy conversations and very insightful. Many people going into those conversations did not think that they had triggers at all. Many of the people that were on those calls, we had 2 calls on that. And some people were like, no, I don't have triggers, I'm good. And then by the end of the call, they were like, holy cow, something came up for me. So triggers were really a big thing that have been coming up for me for the last couple months. So as I continue to watch these triggers come up for me and I continue to question them and work through them and ask myself what has been unkept in my life that I haven't managed, that this situation is coming up because I need to deal with it, because energetically I was still attracting that to myself somehow. So watching these triggers, watching myself maneuver through them, sometimes more eloquently or gracefully than others. But I am maneuvering and I'm learning my lessons and I'm leveling up. So this week we are talking about, with the women, male and female, divine, feminine, and masculine energies and how they work in our life and what that looks like. And the reason that I wanted to talk to this is because I feel like our masculine and feminine can be pretty off balance and we don't necessarily understand where that comes from or how that works in our life, how to identify it, how to pinpoint it, and how to manage it. So I observe myself working through my masculine and feminine energies. I observe myself managing these things or not managing things. And then I watch them either gain control or get out of control. And so as I observe and work through these things, it's been powerful for me to see how the masculine in this world has done a lot of work to me as a educated, hardworking woman. You know, we have to put on our masculine energies. So I felt like as a working woman, or as a woman who has to, or who has earned her living, to teach other people about how those energies are working in our life so they don't take control over us. And so we can identify them as they come up. So we're going to be talking about that tomorrow night. We will continue to have calls every other week with different groups on different topics. I'm really open to talking about different things. Like I said, as triggers have been coming up for me, as things have been coming up for me, showing me different corners of my life that I still need to work on, I'm trying to bring these things up for you guys, because if they're coming up for me, I'm assuming they're coming up for other people too, because I'm just a regular person dealing with my shit. So as I work through my shit and try to hold some calls and some workshops and work with people on how to deal with their things and their life, I just hope that you take some time during this period of time that we have to actually sit back and observe our life. Take it all in. Use the opportunity. This does not happen very frequently, to take inventory of what's happening in your life. The universe did this for a reason. We are supposed to slow down and come back into our knowingness. So as I come back into my knowingness, and hopefully I'm able to lead you to a little bit of your knowingness and realizing it doesn't have to be that hard. So as we lead each other back to water and food, teach each other how to fish, and learn to have this work in a much more strategic, flow-like way. We don't have to push so hard. It doesn't have to be so difficult as we used to think. I invite you to join us either tomorrow night at the Women's Call or next week at the Everybody's Call. You can DM me for the details, or anybody that I am working with on these projects. There's many people. And please email me or message me on topics that you guys would like to hear from, or actually even comment below. I'd love to hear the things that you guys would like to talk about. Trying to break down concepts in terms of waking up and create simplistic things so it doesn't have to be so hard for us coming into our knowingness and creating some space for that. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me. Please check my website out, drayalove.com. Y'all know I have so many resources on that place. Blog, vlog, podcasts, events, learning, all types of stuff, appointments, soul contract readings, coaching. You guys can book there. Appreciate your love and support. Pass this on to somebody you know could use a good word. Love y'all.